Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is actually the last day of 5784 on the Hebrew calendar. And so tomorrow is officially 5785. It is the new year. It is Rosh Hashanah. And it is a celebration just like we celebrate the new year. They New Year will be celebrated. I'm sorry. So the other day I was reading in John, and I have a revelation of something that I kind of knew, but it's something, but you don't know it. And so verse 16, chapter 16, verse 28 says, "I came from the Father and into the world. Now I'm leaving the world and going back to the Father." And for some reason, that's like jumped off the page, because we know that Jesus is before all things. In Colossians 1, verse 15 through 17, it says, "The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. He was born before everything was created." There was Jesus. "For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authority. All things have been created through him and for him. For he is before all things, and in him all things hold together." And so when I got this revelation that so I used to read the Old Testament, and it said, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth." In my head, it was just God who created the heaven and the earth. But if you jump down to Genesis chapter 26, it says, "Then God said, let us make mankind in our own image, in our own likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock and the wild animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground." And I can remember thinking, who is us? But when you get the revelation that Jesus is he's the firstborn of all creation, and you realize that Father been talking to him this whole time, not in the New Testament, but through the whole Bible. It was the Messiah. He came after they created us. He created the earth, the world, the stars, the skies, and everything. He came from heaven. He left his Father's side. He came down here, lived with us, and then we killed him, and for our purposes, though, for his purpose. But then he went back to his Father. And I was just thinking, Lord, how could you love us so much that you would leave heaven, that you would leave God in all his glory and all his sovereignty and all his mercy and power, and that you would come down here and die for creation, and then teach us how to live a life that, if we do it well, we would enter that same place that he entered. How beautiful is that? He's the firstborn of all creation. He was there since the beginning. He's the firstborn. And I can imagine Father seeing what was done to his first love. He said in the New Testament, "This is my son." He said it 3 times. "This is my son, in whom I'm well pleased. This is my son. You ought to listen to him." He let us know that one right there. That is my first love. That is my firstborn. That is my son. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And so now the first of the year, I can't wait to read the Bible with this understanding that it was him all along.